Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Grim Talks Politics. I'm so sorry for the late episode. I didn't want to release anything remotely political yesterday so that instead we could all focus on honoring Martin Luther King Jr. and all that he did instead of thinking about what's going on currently. This week will be the last episode before Season 3, so rather than discussing a specific event, I want to teach my listeners how to fact check and find information that is actually meaningful about all kinds of topics, but specifically when it comes to politics. I want to do this so that over the next couple weeks, as I'm taking a break between now and starting the production for Season 3, you can continue to find all the information I would normally be giving you. I have just recently started my debate class this semester, and one of the first topics we covered was something called lateral reading. This is because to have any productive debates, you must first have a huge amount of credible information about a topic. Lateral reading is important for lots of other reasons too, not just debate, so that is why I'm teaching it to you today. Lateral reading is something that I had already implemented into my life before this class without even really knowing it, and actually you may have too. Lateral reading is defined as a critical online research strategy where you leave a web page to open new tabs and investigate the source's credibility by seeing what other trusted sites say about the author, publisher, or claims, rather than just reading the page itself, which would be referred to as vertical reading. In my opinion, the easiest way to teach ourselves to do this is with a simple acronym, SIFT. So SIFT is an acronym for Stop, Investigate the Source, Find Better Coverage, and Trace Claims. You may find yourself asking why this is important, but once I explain, I'm sure that you'll never go back to vertical reading. Lateral reading is important because it helps us uncover hidden agendas or biases that a source may not directly admit. It does this much more effectively and efficiently than trying to judge a site purely based on its own superficial design. Lateral reading is also important because it combats mis- and disinformation, something that's getting a lot harder to do in a world where the use of generative AI models is on the rise. So there are some tools that I recommend to help make lateral reading easier. One of these is allsides.com, which is going to help you find biases. And I also recommend using an aggregator, which is basically just an online source that kind of pulls news from a lot of larger sources or outlets and puts them all into one place for you, which makes it really easy for you to kind of find the bigger picture. Lateral reading is something that I do every day on my own, but also every week when I'm putting together these episodes for you. And it is what I want you guys to do in your own lives over the next couple weeks before Season 3 begins. I'm rooting for you. I know you can do it. Lateral reading is going to help all of you avoid idea capture by large media corporations, which is basically just when you kind of get sucked in by one corporation and you're only consuming media that comes from them. And this is really not healthy. It changes your perspective in a way that is not good. It makes you very closed-minded. But lateral reading is also going to help you escape any echo chambers that you may be in, which is like a social media where Your algorithm has been developed so thoroughly that you're just hearing the same news from one side over and over and over again because it's what your algorithm knows that you want to hear. And that also isn't healthy. Lateral reading can be kind of painful because you're going to have to read from sources that you wouldn't normally. You have to consume media from places that you maybe don't support as an effort to kind of create the bigger picture on your own. And I think that this is something that we should all start doing, especially as, political and crazy the environment has gotten in the United States lately. That's really all I have to speak on today. I hope you all have a great week. Please remember to subscribe at grahamtalkspolitics.substack.com to support the show. And if you need anything over the next few weeks while I'm kind of taking a break from producing these episodes, please message me via Substack or email me at grahamtalkspolitics@gmail.com. Thank you so much.